different numbers have different frequencies. Some numbers you want associated with love, some numbers you want associated with fear. 13 is like Friday the 13th. It's very symbolic of fear. So again, you have one main Federal Reserve Bank in Washington, D.C., and 12 more all across the country. You understand what they're trying to do? They're trying to implement that 1 plus 12 system. Jesus and his 12 disciples. You understand what I'm trying to show?
Yeah.
I'm showing you how they're doing this in religion. I'm showing you how they're doing this in banking. I'm showing you how they're doing this in everyday society. Think about this. Banking, Federal Reserve, one main, 12 that follow in the United States of America, 12 other banks. Jesus Christ, 1, 12 apostles. Astrology, one sign, one sun, 12 signs. It's everywhere around you. If you all you got to do is start paying attention.
You talk about energy and stuff. To like someone that doesn't believe in this at all, how would you explain energy?
To someone who doesn't believe in this,
Like energy, like, so what made me really believe in energy and start seeing life differently rather than just like this matrix world, how we're perceived to see it, is like I took psychedelics and that like kind of mushrooms.
That's the one usually people take.
Yeah, and that like opened my mind to like, this world isn't just what we see. Like every single mushroom trip I've had, I've taken something new out of it and recognized that there's different energy frequencies moving around.
How do you explain sex to a person who's never had it?
I guess.
How do you
like the feeling?
How do you explain that? You can't explain it to a virgin. You know, I like to tell people, sometimes you can't see things, but you can feel it. And the best way for me to explain it is this. You can't see the wind, but if you put your hand outside the window, you can feel it. So there's certain things on this planet that you can actually feel without seeing. And I would ask everyone out there who seems to be a comedian to open your eyes and start looking at your numerology and astrology, because I'm the one talking to billionaires, not you. I was the one who was invited to the White House, not you. I was the one who helped the Warriors win championship after championship, not you. So again, this stuff works if people actually pay attention and do the push-ups. I mean, people want to be funny out there. Do your own work. So, again, at the end of the day, I want people to understand that you have to do the work. I can guide you, but you have to do it yourself.
I have another question.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people see 3 numbers in a row very, very frequently.
They're called angel numbers.
So I personally see 444 at least five different times a day. Some people see 333. I just saw 111 in the chat. What are the reasons that people see these 3 numbers?
So here's the thing.
That cannot be coincidence.
No, of course not. Here's the thing. Everyone sees those numbers. Most people just aren't aware of it. They think of it's a coincidence. You have a soul, and your soul has evolved to the point where you can see the matrix of signals. This is all virtual reality. It's called the matrix, but the matrix talks, and its language is numbers. So it sends certain numbers out there, and if you know how to interpret them, you know what they mean. So for instance, when it comes down to, let's say 333, 3 is the number of communication. So when anyone sees those 3 numbers together, they have to basically start communicating more. Whatever means necessary, whether it be going to a party, you have to be more social. If someone sees 555, it might be a baby on the way. When it comes down to it, 5 is the number of sexual energy. So sometimes when people see that, when people see 666, 6 is the number of family. So again, most people think that's some kind of. Oh my God! Most people think that's a negative number.
Is that why they make it so negative? Because they're against the family unit.
Exactly. So it's not just that, but think about it this way: 666 is not the number of the devil. Okay, there might be a devil. I'm not saying he doesn't exist, but 666 is not the number. 666 is the number of time itself. 60 minutes in an hour, 6 and 0, 6. 60 seconds in a minute, 6 and 0 and 6, and 24 hours in a day. There is your 666. Very simple.
What's up with 31 days and 12 months?
31 days and 12 months. They should go back to 13 and 28. They should go back to 13 months and 28 days. The 28 days is when the moon goes around to match the woman's menstrual cycle. They should go back to that. The reason they changed it is to manipulate the energies.
So it used to be 28 days to a month every single time,
Yes,
every single month.
13 months and 28 days. That's what it used to be. And they changed it to the Gregorian calendar to manipulate the energies.
So do you follow, if they, because we're following, what's the calendar called? Gregorian.
Mm-hmm.
So we're following this now, and you base people's personalities off of birthdays on that.
Ask me why, though.
Why?
It's very simple. Because if 6-7 billion people in the world believe that today is September 16th, that's exactly what the environment, the matrix, is going to do. So that's why people's energy is going to match that day, because everyone's manifesting that calendar itself. This stuff is deep. And again, this is a whole different way of thinking for most of you people. I understand that. But at the end of the day, do you want to evolve? Do you actually want to evolve? Because this is the future. This is what's going to be going and replacing religion. Not just Christianity, not just Islam, all of it. Because at the end of the day, you have to add both. You have to understand this if you want to evolve in life.
Why did January 1st of year 0 happen on that day?
Probably because the elite decided that was the best day to do it, and they did it on certain ley lines. There's certain points in the earth where there's chakras and the ley line points, and they probably did it because they knew if they did it that day, it would be the best effect. Remember how I told you off camera I did everything in 2023 to blow up? Mm-hmm. They probably used the same strategy for whatever reason they did it.
And Jesus wasn't... Damn.
9/11, again, police code for terror and stuff like that.
Why are numbers shaped the way they are? That has influence too, right?
The
that matters.
Angles matter. Everything. I'll give you one when it comes down to numbers. 5 is the number of change. Okay? If you have a 5 open on both sides, it's open. It's right in the middle. So the shape of the number tells you a lot about the people's personalities, because people who are 5s are very open-minded. It's right there in the shape. A lot of people who are overweight have some 6 energy. Look at the shape. You understand how that works? So, a lot of people with big egos have a 9. Look at the shape, big head. So again, shapes matter. This is all there, guys. You got to put in the work.
So you talked about the Gregorian calendar and how, since everyone believes in it, that's what gives it the power. Are there any other examples like that in society? Everyone believes in it and that's what gives it the power?
I would say it's only big things because you have a lot of people believing in it. You understand? A lot of people believe in capitalism now. It works. Before, a lot of people believed in communism. And that didn't work so well, but at least they tried it. Usually it has to do more with big things like calendars and things of that nature. But the power of manifestation is real.
Yo, you know what I didn't even think about? I was just thinking, so you know how a very common price is $19.99? Mm-hmm. I was just going to ask you, because the way they explain that is because it's just below 20, so it's like a psychological thing. And then as I was thinking that, I was like, holy shit.
They lie to you. It's $19.99, 1999.
Yeah, 28 the number of money.
And again, for instance, 28 is the number of money. He brought this up, so let me give you an examples. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, born on the 28th. He replaced Bill Gates, who is the richest man on earth, born on the 28th. Did you know that 6 of the top 23 people in the world, 23 richest people in the world, 6 of them are born on the 28th?
That's insane.
Again, think of the mathematical probability of that. Now, some people could say, yo, Gary, that's not enough. Okay, what's the most valuable sports franchise in the world today?
Cowboys?
The Dallas Cowboys, founded on the
11th.
28.
28.
What are you doing? Oh my God.
I'm all over the place.
You just fucked up that clip. You just fucked up that clip.
That'll still make it go viral. I'm trying to think of questions.
What is the biggest asset manager in the world? It is Vanguard. Vanguard is founded 5/1/1975. Adds up to 28. Steve Jobs, born 2/24/1955, opened up Apple, founded 4/1/1976, 28, the richest cash-rich company in the world. We're talking Anna Nicole Smith. You remember that whore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She married a billionaire. married on the 20th. You understand how this works? This is not me hallucinating. This is not me, oh, Gary's smoking some shit. No, it has nothing to do with it. This is based in fact. If you choose to accept the challenge, and actually try to evolve, cool. If you think this is bullshit, that's cool too. Because at the end of the day, I still got way more money than you. And my wife is a lot hotter than yours as well. Mwah.
What about the times that you fall asleep and wake up in the morning?
What about it?
What does that have anything to do with numerology?
I don't think numerology works in the dream world. I think that's a completely different realm.
What do you think about the dream world? What's your take?
I believe that...
Can you remember your dreams, or do you lucid dream?
Yeah, sometimes I remember my dreams. Hell, I've done everything from, astral projection to remote viewing. I don't recommend people do stuff like that all the time.
You've like purposely done astral projection?
Yes, of course.
Where you go above and you look at your body laying there?
I'm not sure it's like that in the movies, but you definitely do have out-of-body experiences. It's not like you're over there staring, looking at your body. It's just everything around you is different. You see what's not... You see, like, for instance, a dog can only see black and white. Humans can see colors, but there's different colors out there that we can't even see. It's in the spectrum. So again, this is what numerology and astrology is. I'm actually trying to help you guys understand that if you look at the bigger spectrum, you might be able to see something more. The dream world, in my opinion, everyone has to sleep. No matter if you're animal, human, and insect, you have to sleep. And at the end of the day, I think when you sleep, you're actually giving energy away. Because think about it. When you sleep, you leap. Energy starts with E. Sleep, 2 E's. Leap. So basically, when we go to the dream world, I think something is taking our energy.